Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of this series. I've been wanting to do a Minecraft series for a while, and every time I do it, it fails. Mainly because I lose motivation, so I would never get past episode 4. But hopefully, that changes in this series. So, I've started in a village thanks to the village spawn point mod, and there's a reason why I've started here. Because of the energy bar from the Real Survivor mod, I needed access to a bed. Because if the energy bar goes down to 0, you're practically blinded and it's already game over. I've tried without having to be in the village, and it's too difficult because I'm using the Project MMO mod, which adds leveling to the game. I can't simply use stone tools straight away, which makes the game more challenging and gives the game more purpose. So right now I'm looking for all chests in the village and trying to get iron as soon as possible. I've added the mod called Tree Chop, which makes chopping a little bit more difficult and adds a tad more realism to the game. I need to get some basic supplies like a wooden sword, pickaxe, axe, and shovel. I'm currently not high enough in my endurance to wear leather armor. It's important to gear myself up as I can die very easily in this stage. My goal right now is to search every building for materials that could be greatly beneficial. I am currently looking for food and iron ingots. The reason for iron ingots is to make a bucket for human waste. Yes, you can now poop in the game thanks to the Real Survivor mod. If you don't poop in time, your dirty meter, the one with the blue bubble, will reach to 0 and you'll get a poison effect. Your health will drop right down to 1% and you'll need to jump into water to clean yourself up. Fortunately, I found 2 ingots along with some bread, and to my surprise I found 1 diamond, which will be completely useless thanks to the leveling system. However, I need 1 more ingot to make a bucket. Hopefully there is more iron laying around somewhere in this village. In one building I found some seeds and a few emeralds that could be handy when trading among the villagers. Now that I have some wood, I can craft some tools before exploring. Since I can only use wooden tools now, I made 2 pickaxes as they wouldn't last long. I knew that I needed to reach level 10 in mining before I could start using a stone pickaxe, which meant that I wouldn't be able to mine iron for a while. Now that I'm geared up, it's time to find a cave, or at least some visible stones sticking out from the surface. I simply didn't want to dig down and create a mess in the midst of this beautiful village, which is for now my home. I started to climb up this hill and on top of this tree and use it as a viewpoint. I want you to look out for any mountains or structures. At this point I needed a bucket urgently, or I would get poisoned. I had 40% left before I busted, but during this stage I knew that I wouldn't make it in time. I haven't even started mining yet, and I searched everywhere in this village for ingots. I was going to poop in my pants at some stage. Although I quickly found coal, it wasn't much, but I could use it to make torches for when I do find a cave. I went around the corner in hopes of finding more coal. I was thinking about digging a tunnel in the side in hopes that coal was hiding from within. My plan was to find lots of coal to level up my mining as well as craft a good amount of torches. Trying to explore in a cave without torches is suicide, as you won't be able to see anything. At this stage, I have no shield to protect myself from arrows shot from skeletons and no armor. I made the right decision and found some coal. This was a great start as I need coal for numerous things, such as torches as the most obvious, cooking meat, and starting a fire for my health to regenerate when low. I leveled up for the first time in mining and unlocked the vein mining ability, which saved me a couple of seconds. My energy had dropped down to 50% and soon will my puddings. I needed to hurry. What I feared most happened, sliding down my pants. I needed to find water quick and clean myself up. I wasn't sure what the time was. I didn't want to get hit by a hostile and die. I awkwardly started running. I needed to feed the fish. At least there was a positive from this outcome. I leveled up in my endurance and only need 4 more levels to wear leather armor. Maybe I should do this more often. I looked around in a panic and relieved to find out there were no villagers nearby. I hadn't created a scene and no creeper was in sight. If there were any witnesses, I would have died from embarrassment. No creeper needed. While having a swim and making a mess, I dug up gravel hoping to find some flint for the fire. I needed 2 pieces of flint, 1 in each hand, to have a chance to light up the fire. Finally, a comforting flame from the snowy, cold environment. My spirits were lifting, but I was getting sleepy. I took this time to organize my pockets. I no longer had need for the gravel, and I could throw away the dirt. My health was partially full, so I went to bed. However, I woke up from hunger just as the night began. Although the night was daunting and creatures could swarm around the village, I decided to return to my little mine and continued looking for coal. I was happy to see a good amount of coal still untouched, but wasn't sure whether to continue digging down or look for a proper cave. While further mining, I became a little discouraged and stopped. I came to the conclusion that I would have better chances of finding coal in a cave than what I'm currently doing. I walked out of the cave and looked around. I realized there was another building on top of the hill and started climbing up to reach it. As I climbed up, I was excited to find a cave. I decided to forget about the building and explore the cave. I acknowledged that I could die, but I needed a thrill. I was also overwhelmed to have found a cave near the village. I noticed a creeper entering the cave as I climbed down, and placed some torches around the area so I could see incoming enemies. This would be my first official fight. I took down the creeper and picked up the gunpowder. I briefly walked around the area and noticed the sounds of a skeleton. If I faced a skeleton now, I would surely die. I had no shield to protect myself from the arrows. I decided it wasn't worth the risk to explore the cave any further. Besides, I found a good chunk of coal around the corner. As I was mining the coal, my second wooden pickaxe broke. I crafted a crafting table with my spare logs and quickly made another pickaxe just so I could finish getting the rest of the coal before heading back to base. Before I could place down the table, a creeper crept towards me in the stealthiest way. If I didn't check my surroundings, I would have died for sure. I'm on my 5th level of mining, and only halfway there till I am able to use the stone pickaxe. It almost felt like deja vu. Yesterday repeating itself. Am I really going to have another incident while mining coal? Fortunately, my vein ability is becoming more useful, allowing me to burst mine 3 blocks at a time. I really wanted to mine all this coal and run into water before it happens again. Again, I was too late. This time it was more dangerous as it was still nighttime and I had the possibility of running into a zombie, or worse, a skeleton. After giving myself a decent wash and watching the stars, I went straight to bed and bought some arrows from a villager.